Kerr, teacher at Mornington Secondary College, working in the maths department, and I'm really excited today to be showcasing some of the interactive software that we've been trialling and piloting with Texas Instruments. Yeah, are we getting a flashing half circle? Yeah. To log in, you use your the school username. First of all, I'm going to show you some of the basic equipment that's required. So you're utilising a network adapter, which really is essentially like a router. Okay. Now you need that router, and you need a wireless hat like this. Now the hat goes on the student calculator. So put that on. Now what we've done is we've made this calculator be able to work wirelessly and interact with all other calculators in the classroom, but more importantly, we can show their display like the feature of AirPlay, where we can then have the student's screen on the whiteboard. The beauty of this is that it then helps drive the pace of the lesson so that it's more pitched at where the students are at rather than the teacher driving the software. If you could log in, and we'll just pull up on the class here. Okay, so Jasmine, see here, when you log in it goes black. It's far more sophisticated than just being an emulator or students driving the pace of the lesson. The other thing that it does is that you can do live polling, you can build tests that you can send, quizzes. This is really great around exam time when you're really wanting to drill down and get some analytics. You get that feedback straight away because this will auto-mark, auto-correct, and we can then look at the responses. Here's the data. You need to think about how you might order it and then how you might put it in a graph that's accurate. Another advantage is that we can really personalise the lessons when we build these polls or we build these quizzes. The reason for that language. The language of numerical and categorical tells us that. We know if it's numerical, that it's probably going to be a histogram, could be still a bar graph, but if it's categorical, it's definitely going to be a bar graph. You could just ask the students, how many hours did you sleep last night, and poll that. Or you could ask the students how many hours of part-time work you're involved in. But we're now taking data that we would normally see in a textbook and we can just make it more live. And this is where we get the interaction happening and the engagement happening with kids. Could you just say, in whole hours, how many hours on a typical average week do you work? Okay, part-time. When you've done that and you put your answer in, then use the control and the right button to go across. That's question 1, question 2, question 3. So they're like different pages or different problems. How many hours did you sleep last night? So I'm actually asking, based on last night, see if you can remember when you went to bed and when you got up, and again, if we could have it as a round up to the nearest whole number. So when you've done all 5 questions, I'm going to collate that data and we're going to use it, but there's one more bit of information that we didn't copy down yet, and that was just some notes around dot plots. So I'll put that up in a moment for you to have a look at, to get down. If you could go to the section on dot plots, copy down the example, and then we'll look at constructing a dot plot. We do this on paper, and then we'll do it electronically. Yeah, I want you to write down dot plots, write down the example, step 1, step 2, and then we'll draw a dot plot. I'd be really interested whether you guys can remember some key terms or summary statistics that you could tell me about this. 23. This is now much more powerful than an emulator because the student is now in a place where they can drive that software. Now it's all sort of dispersed, and then he's going to go down the bottom here and you clicked on age, yep. And straight away it's in a dot plot. And go across. Now let's see, there's a histogram. And there it is, a histogram. Okay? Now if you go menu again, and you go plot type, let's have a look at it as a box plot.
It'd be the easiest in dot plots.
For now we want it as just a dot plot, but you know, but that box plot will be useful later, because if can you put the cursor over here?
Well, it gives you like the
median
stuff.
Yeah, it gives you all that information. So you know, that's why it's really useful to be able to go switch between different modes, because they mean the same. We're talking about the same data. We're just looking at a different way to display it. We haven't got onto box plots yet. We've just been talking about histograms and dot plots so far. We're still experimenting with the software, and as we develop our pedagogy, we'd love to share that with other people that want to be part of a network, who want to use this kind of software to see where this can take maths into the future. Home key, and then go down to graphs here. Yeah, just highlight that icon and hit enter. Okay, so you can see that we can personalise the learning. You can see that we can engage students with the learning. We use skills like collaboration, and it's a lot of fun.